What's up, guys? I'm going to be showing you how to make sourdough chocolate chip cookies, and I'll pin the recipe down below, and let's get into it. So the recipe that I use is Farms on Boone, but yeah, we're going to start with a half a cup of unsalted butter, softened. Now we're gonna add 1 whole cup of white sugar and a whole cup of brown sugar. And then you're going to mix it until it's creamy. This is what I mean by creamy. Now add two large eggs. And next is the sourdough discard. We're going to use 3/4 cup. Now, if you didn't know already, if you're measuring something sticky, if you use oil inside of the measuring cup before you measure it, it comes out a lot easier and a lot easier to clean too. Now again, this is going to be 3/4 cup. And I usually just go ahead and feed my starter after I measure out the 3/4 cup. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I make my own vanilla, and I actually did a video on it already, but you gotta kind of scroll back pretty far. But check it out. Now I'm gonna mix this up. I'm not gonna have the mix or the camera going while I'm mixing it because the counter shakes a lot. So now we're gonna add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And then baking, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Give it a mix. Now the recipe calls for 2 cups of chocolate chips. I like to use the mini ones. And I do actually 1 3/4. Well, actually, we'll go ahead and do it. Alright, we're gonna give it a mix. So this is the part where I pull some of it out because my daughter, she only likes the regular. And then I'll show you the next step. So now I'm gonna add about 3/4 cup of butterscotch chips. This is the secret. Well, not secret, but it's the key to making them just top-notch, very delicious. So the dough has to sit in the refrigerator for about an hour and up to 48 hours. But I will be back to bake some here in about an hour and a half. So watch for part 2. Oh, and this is what the dough looks like. But I'm gonna cover it with hairnet thing. I don't know what they're called. And I'm gonna pop it in the fridge.